It's about time. Twitter's CEO was finally grilled about censoring the New York Post's Hunter Biden story. Take a listen to what Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey had to say about the company's anti-conservative bias. Take a listen.
We made a quick interpretation, using no other evidence, that the materials in the article were obtained through hacking, and according to our policy, we blocked them from being spread. Upon further consideration, we admitted this action was wrong and corrected it within 24 hours.
Well, first of all, Lindsay, that looks like a hostage video. Second of all,
his beard is quite a bit.
What?
I said his beard is quite a bit.
I literally think that a lawyer just handed it to him and say, read this and nothing else. And two, he just lied through his teeth on multiple fronts on that. So, you know, I have a feeling that our next guest is going to have something to say about this. So let's bring in the host of America First on the Salem Radio Network and member of President Trump's National Security and Education Board, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Dr. Gorka, I'm sure you don't have anything to say on this, but I know, so just, you know, calm down. I thought the thing that was funny is that Dorsey in his testimony said that following their policy on hacked materials, but one, there's no evidence that the materials were ever hacked in the first place. So that's a lie. Number two is I don't remember this policy that he keeps referencing when the president's taxes were illegally leaked out and then reported on the New York Times. But maybe that's just me. Do you have anything to say about that?
I just want to know why Twitter kidnapped a hobo and put him on a Zoom call with the Senate. I'm just still trying to work it out. A hobo with a nose ring. It's very peculiar. Look, you were in the administration when I was in the administration. We were a couple of days in, and they start leaking, unmasking the identity of the National Security Advisor when he surveilled on an illegal FISA warrant. I'm trying to recall, Sean, did Jack Dorsey censor the actual felony information of a leaked FISA identity from an unmasking? They didn't. Forget tax returns. This is classified, top secret information that Twitter is gleefully allowing everybody to send around the planet. But the best thing today, oh my, it wasn't the hobo on the Zoom call. It was Mazie Hirono. I used the clip on my show today. Mazie said, in an exhaustive investigation, I can now quote, Media Matters says there is no conservative bias on social media.
Oh,
I mean, the same Media Matters that watches your show and my show so they can attack us a few minutes later. They didn't find any bias.
Yeah.
I mean, the bias is in the New York Times piece alone, that didn't get flagged, Seb. You know, the interesting part, Lindsey Graham made some really good points in the hearing today. I want to play one of his bites for our audience.
What I want to try to find out is if you're not a newspaper at Twitter or Facebook, then why do you have editorial control over the New York Post?
Of course, there he's referring to Section 230. This is such a great point that needs to keep being driven home, and for people to understand that ultimately Twitter here took an editorial process to flag that and say, oh, you know, people should be concerned about this when they didn't even have evidence, like we're saying. They are becoming the editor. It is clear, point in case.
It's not just that. If you post anything, your viewers right now should go online, go to Twitter, and post anything which has the words election fraud 2020 in it. If you have those words in it, the Twitter algorithm, before you post it or after you post it, will put this big warning. Oh, this is disputed. What's disputed? The fact that we're actually finding people are locked out of the ballot stations where polls are being counted. And then Twitter, before you send or repost one of the president's tweets about the election, says, send you a message. Are you sure you want to repost this?
Yes.
Or don't you want to read the article before you repost it? What the bloody hell are you? This isn't a kindergarten. You don't get to ask me what I want to repost on social media, because if you do, you're a publisher and then you lose all your immunities. And Jack, let me tell you something on good authority. Clarence Thomas is about to rip Section 230 like Nancy ripped the president's speech.
Wow. You know, the funny thing is, I thought about this. If Jack Dorsey had tweeted his own testimony today, he would have Twitter would have had to flag their own CEO with one of those little things that you just talked about, because it was so full of BS and lies that they would have had to say this tweet is in dispute and here are all the sources, because he literally lied through his teeth when it came to how he came to this decision and what he claims happened and the history of the policy. Seb, before we get going, though, I want to talk to you about the MAGA march, the Trump march this weekend. You were there. I saw pictures of you speaking to the crowd. You know, it was interesting, though. You gave a shout out to your security detail. Did you feel safe then? Because I also saw some of your posts talking about the fact that, you know, all of these Trump people, thousands of them in D.C., no rioting, no looting, no destruction. It was interesting, wasn't it?
It was so strange. We had hundreds of thousands of supporters of the president, of the 73 million that voted for him. When I got up on the podium at the Supreme Court, literally, as far as the horizon stretched, all I saw was stars and stripes and red hats. It was incredible. And not one shop was burnt to the ground. Not one shop was looted. In fact, they had taken down the boarded up windows before we arrived. How is that? Why is that? Because MAGA isn't violent. It's the left that has normalized violence. I had a security detail, Zach and your buddies, God bless you for looking after me and my team. But guess what happened afterwards? As soon as the sun came down, like jackals, like hyenas, they came out. And who did they attack? They didn't attack me, 6'3" with my security detail, because they're bloody cowards. They attacked a black woman with her child. They attacked senior citizens. They attacked people who couldn't defend themselves, including a 10-year-old girl with her 13-year-old brother. These people are cowards, and every American should be disgusted by what they did.
Yeah, it's disgraceful. We played the video of that mom being attacked yesterday. It's so sad. Seb, so great to have you. Thanks for being here, and look forward to having you again soon.
God bless you guys.
Newsmax TV is now America's fastest growing cable news channel. We give you the real news you need. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Newsmax TV streams live on YouTube for free. Newsmax TV, real news for real people.